Hello, my dear children. Today we'll be reading our third lesson, that is School Breaks Up, in detail. And for that, I want everyone to take your pencil and eraser because we'll be underlining few words and also we'll be discussing their meanings. So, shall we start of the lesson? Okay, let's start. Lesson number 3, School Breaks Up, written by R.K. Narayan. This story is about Swami, who is a 10-year-old boy studying at Albert Mission School in the fictional town of Malgudi. This excerpt is taken from the novel Swami and Friends. The book recounts the adventures of a group of schoolboys. And here goes the lesson. On the last day of the exams, Swaminathan strode out of the examination hall. So underline the word strode, and the meaning of the word strode is walk with long steps to a specific direction. That is Swaminathan, uh, after writing the exam, he just walked out of the examination hall to the corridor or veranda. So walking with long steps to a specific direction, that is he walked to the corridor of the school. So that is the meaning of strode. So underline the word strode. Next sentence, he stood in the school veranda. Veranda means corridor. Okay, the meaning of veranda is corridor. He stood in the school veranda, turned back and looked into the hall. He began to feel slightly uneasy. Underline the word uneasy, and the meaning of the word uneasy is uncomfortable. And when he stood outside the examination hall, he felt little uncomfortable. He felt slightly uneasy. So the meaning of uneasy is uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. Okay, the next sentence. He would have felt more comfortable if all the boys had given their papers as he had done 20 minutes before time. But there they sat, many of them still writing hurriedly. With his left shoulder resting against the wall, Shankar was lost to the world. Rajam, sitting under the second ventilator between two third form boys, had become a writing machine. So you have to underline the word. Oh, there's nothing to underline. Sorry. I'll read it once again. Rajam, sitting under the second ventilator between two third form boys, had become a writing machine. And I hope you know what a ventilator is. Do you know what a ventilator is? A small window which is used mainly so that the air can come in and go outside. So that's why it's like a small window. Okay. And the next sentence. Mani was still gazing at the roof, scratching his chin with the pen. So underline the word gazing. The meaning of the word gazing is looking at something for a long time. The meaning of the word gazing is looking at something for a long time. That is, Mani, he was looking at the roof and he was looking at it for a long time. So he was gazing. Mani was gazing. Gazing means looking at something for a long time. Write the meaning, children. Looking at something for a long time. Shall we go to the next sentence? Yeah. The P, that is little Samuel, the cleverest boy in class, was leaning back in his seat, revising his answers. Next page, page number 17. One supervisor was drowsily seated in his chair. Underline the word drowsily. The word drowsily means sleepily. In the picture itself, we have, look at the picture, children. Look at the picture. One of the teacher or the supervisor is sleepy. So the meaning of drowsily is sleepily. Sleepily. One supervisor was drowsily seated in his chair. Another was walking up and down with a distant look in his eyes. And the meaning of distant is far. The meaning of distant is far. That is, the another teacher was having a far distant look. That is, he was looking at each and every one, even if he was standing afar from these children. Okay, next paragraph. Swami suddenly wished that he had not come out so soon. But how could he have stayed in the hall longer? The Tamil paper was set to go on till 5 o'clock, but he had found himself writing the last line of the last sentence at 4:30. Out of the 6 questions set, he had answered the first question to his satisfaction, but the second was doubtful. The third and fourth were satisfactory, while the fifth was clearly wrong. But then he did not know the correct answer. The sixth answer was the best of the lot. It took only 1 minute to answer it. The question was, what is the moral of the story, The Man and the Tiger? The story was about this man who was walking along the edge of the pond. A tiger called out to him from the other side of the pond. The man was offered a gold bangle by the tiger. The man at first refused the offer, but when the tiger repeated his offer, the man waded through the water. So, here we have got 2 words to underline. Underline the word refused and underline the word waded. Underline the word refused and underline the word waded. The meaning of the word refused is decline to accept an offer. Declining means saying no. That is when the tiger offered the man the golden bangle. At first the man refused, or he declined, or he said no to it. He just said that he don't want the offer. So that is the meaning of the word refused. And look at the meaning of the word waded. Waded means walk through water which is not so deep. Walk through water which is not so deep. This word we came across in some other lesson. Which was that lesson? It was in the first lesson. My friend Ramu. Yes or no? That is the speaker and Ramu would wade and they would play in the water. At first, when Ramu called the speaker waded through the water and that's how they became friends. Yes or no? They met near the pond. I hope you remember the lesson. So wading means walking through water which is not so deep. Walk through water which is not so deep. Okay, we have come to the last line of the paragraph. Before he could hold out his hand for the bangle, he was inside the tiger. Swami took a minute to decide whether the moral was, we must never accept a gold bangle when it is offered by a tiger, or love of, next page, page number 18. Love of gold can be dangerous. He saw more sense in the second one and wrote it down. Next paragraph. After writing, he looked at the big hall clock. Half an hour more. He wished the paper was set for 2.5 hours instead of 3. He wanted to leave early, but he felt awkward to be the first to go out. Underline the word awkward. The meaning of the word awkward is feeling embarrassed. That is Swami. He didn't want to be the first person to go out of the examination hall. So that feeling, or that he didn't want to go, that can say that he was feeling awkward. So the meaning of the word awkward is feeling embarrassed. So write the meaning, children. Feeling embarrassed. Feeling embarrassed. Next line. He could do many interesting things once he left. He could roam about the town all day, throw away his books, and command Granny to tell endless tales. So underline the words command and underline the words tale. Underline the word command and underline the word tales. The meaning of the word command is to order. So Swami, he wanted to go home and to order. He wanted to give an order or to pass an order to his grandma. And why? To listen to endless tales. Tales means stories. Look at the spelling, children. Tales. It's tales. And the meaning of the word tale is story or stories. So he wanted to go home and listen to his grandma's stories. Shall we go to the next paragraph? Yes. He had seen a supervisor observing him and had immediately pretended to be busy with the answer paper. So underline the word pretended. Pretended means behave in a particular way or to act in a particular way. The meaning of the word pretend is to behave in a particular way. The meaning of the word pretend is to behave in a particular way. Shall we go to the next sentence? Yes. He turned over the pages and kept gazing at the last answer as though he was revising. And we already discussed the meaning of the word gazing. Gazing means looking at something for a long time. So he was looking at the answer, last answer, and as if he was revising. So that look is called as gazing. Next sentence. He set his plans to work. He went on improving the little dash under the last line, indicating the end, till it became an elaborate, complicated pattern. So here you have to underline the words indicate, indicating, underline the word elaborate, underline the word complicated, and underline the word pattern. So you have got 4 words to underline. Underline the word indicating, underline the word elaborate, underline the word complicated, and underline the word pattern. And look at the meanings, children. The meaning of the word indicate is to point out. Indicate means to point out. So he drew a little dash under after writing all the answers. Okay, so that small line that indicates that it was the end of his exam, or he has finished his exam. So that's why he put a small line that points that it was the end. So the meaning of the word indicate is point out, and underline the word elaborate. The meaning of the word elaborate is contain a lot of details. The meaning of the word elaborate is contain a lot of details. So he kept on improving. That is the last line. He kept on drawing something on it, and that's how he made into an elaborate line. That is, it had a lot of things drawn on it. So the meaning of elaborate is contain a lot of details. And look at the word complicated. The meaning of the word complicated is confusing. The meaning of the word complicated is confusing. The meaning of the word complicated is confusing. And look at the meaning of the word pattern. Pattern is a regular arrangement of lines, shapes, or colors. So he made that line into a complicated or a confusing pattern. He made it to a small picture of lines and shapes and colors and all those things. Okay, we'll look at the last paragraph. He looked at the clock again, thinking that it must be nearly 5 now. It was only 10 minutes past 4:30. He saw two boys give the papers and go out, and he felt happy. He briskly folded the paper and wrote on the flap the elaborate inscription. So underline the word briskly. The meaning of the word briskly is quickly and energetically. So when he saw two of the boys going out of the examination hall, he felt so happy, and so he took his paper answer sheet and he briskly, that is quickly and energetically, he folded it. So that is the meaning of the word briskly. And look at the word inscription. Inscription means writing as a formal record. That is, Swaminathan, what he did is he wrote on the flap an elaborate inscription. That is, as a formal record, like what we write the name, class, and all those things, right? So Swami wrote this inscription. That is, look at the box, children. Tamil. At the end of the page, we find it. Tamil, W. Swaminathan, first form A section. Albert Mission School, Malgudi, South India, Asia. This was the elaborate inscription, that is the details which he wrote. Okay, so this is the inscription he has wrote after he folded the paper. So children, read the lesson once again, and we'll be discussing the exercises from tomorrow. And until then, please be safe and take care, and bye.